name is Lena Romelski.
My name is Katrin van Hekke.
I'm Cindy Schepper.
My name is Pauline van Dongen.
I'm Jantine van Pesky.
I'm Nathalie de Koning.
I started Hallelujah because I saw that there were so many designers in London, in Berlin and also in the Scandinavian countries, and they were working with organic materials and they tried to make beautiful things out of the material itself. For this store I go for natural materials, organic or recycled materials. I think that every designer, if he does research to the materials, it will come to better results.
As a journalist, I get a lot of information from brands that tell me about their sustainable approach. Okay, they want to tell me this story, but I mean, how sustainable are they really? I mean, they should not use this or abuse this word even. Whereas with young designers, they have to really talk about it because they do it for real.
I think that we need to develop exchanges between Belgium and the Netherlands and also other countries and make a kind of benchmarking with the practices in the model of bio-based economy.
I think it's really important to show people nowadays in the economic crisis to show what kind of techniques, what kind of materials, what kind of knowledge we have in-house in our country.
I think designers are bringing more surprising and innovative materials to the table. So, for example, like during fashion weeks, some of the most interesting things you see are designers that present new materials, exciting materials, completely different concepts of fashion that we couldn't even think of before, and I think that makes it really relevant.
The specialty of Super Plus, the brand, is the handcraftsmanship is very visible. There's not one item that's the same, as they're all handmade, so they have different length and different colors. It's all natural colors, so it's all unique. Basically, because it's handmade.
I think young fashion designers are facing a lot of challenges these days. Not only on the financial base, they have to be surrounded by the right people, but apart from that, I think it's very difficult because there are a lot of new fashion labels.
We started High Fashion Low Countries because we wanted to encourage our designers to work with the industry more. Designers really want to work with these companies, but they have to find each other in a more earlier stage sometimes. So they have to start developing new fabrics together instead of a company having a fabric and asking a designer what they can do with it. It should start with the designer and the company coming together.
The concern about sustainability is actually nothing new. Most designers already know about organic cotton for years, so now it's really about what else can you do to keep it exciting, and also what else can you do to improve the sustainability, because there is always room for improvement.
There is not a big gap between green and not green. I think in every step of the production there are things that can be improved. Maybe that's the most important thing.
There's a lot of money going to the R&D department. Well, in fashion it's the same thing. And then on the other hand, this very old-fashioned technique from haute couture where you make a garment because you make it by hand and you use old handicraft. In a way, it's cultural heritage.
All the knowledge is out there. We've got massive universities, organisations, companies in the world that have all this access to sustainable materials, are researching at this moment how we can create a more ecological economy And I think as soon as fashion designers can come more into touch with those kind of institutions, then they'll be able to create much more exciting fashion.
The only thing I think I would love to change is the minds of the consumer. I mean, I'm not interested in just walking like sheep in the crowds on Saturday. For me, it's much more luxury to be able to buy a product from a designer, to hear his or her story. You buy into a world of passion, of craftsmanship, or an artisan way of working.
Well, when it comes to buyers and investors, they need to realise how sustainable fashion is differentiating and something that they can use as a very valuable new product. And by not investing and by not being involved within these industries or within this movement, they'll soon become, well, obsolete.
There also young designers can make a difference when they get to see all these new materials, and that is innovation top.
Once all this high technology enters the studio of the designer, what we're going to see is really revolutionary and very, very exciting and very cutting edge. And this is the green fashion of the digital era. And then the next thing is to see how biotechnology or other kind of sciences are going to influence fashion.
We have some of the knowledge centres of the world here, and I think as soon as boundaries are broken between maybe the fashion industry and other industries, even maybe chemistry or agriculture, I think there's like huge innovations are possible.
If you can make a choice, you have to make a choice. Fashion first, but still as sustainable as possible, yeah.
Go for quality, not for quantity. Go for the piece that you really like and wear it a lot.
I mean, why should you throw away a nice garment after just one season? No, because I write that it's another color now, no.
Go for that and wear it a lot of times. It doesn't matter that people see you often in that if it is a good outfit. That's my message.
Any design for me should be sustainable, and that's point final.
My name is Lena Lomelsky. I'm originally from Ukraine. I was studying in Antwerp Academy. Since 2009 I have a label called Lena Lomelsky. I was actually very honored to take part in High Fashion Low Countries project because it was my dream recently to make some couture clothes. Normally my inspiration is a mixture of everyday life impressions I have. I also like a lot to use natural materials as wool, silk and cotton. Every collection I'm making a new research for myself and also setting new goals for myself. Craftsmanship is like a main thing that's unifying all my collection. I'm inspired every time by craftsmanship and by different people who can do something by hand. The starting point for the inspiration was couture in general, and the perfect garment for couturier is evening dress. And the second part of the inspiration was proverbs. So one dress is called Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, one dress is called Time is precious, and one dress is called Omnia vanitas, which means all is vanity. I chose to collaborate with Antwerp and Diamond District. I wanted to use this opportunity of collaboration to learn the new techniques which I'm not able to do in everyday processes. And the dresses are built around the jewelry piece. I think that the future of the design is in the individuality, not in copying, not in making mass market brands because it's too much. Let's say the future is in slow fashion, future is in couture.
My name is Pauline van Dongen. I'm a fashion designer from the Netherlands, and at the moment we're here in my studio in Arnhem where I'm working from. I decided to participate in the project because of the fact that it focuses on craftsmanship and innovation. My inspiration comes from the human body in general. In a way, I always create very abstract concepts in my mind, which I then try to visualize by working directly on a mannequin, draping fabrics and doing experiments with different constructions and techniques. Craftsmanship and innovation in my work kind of collide. I really like to work with my hands, even almost create the fabric myself if I can in certain stages. I'm collaborating with a Dutch factory that's specialized in water jet cutting. This technique enables you to cut through a really big piece of material, which can be plastics but also metal or even wood. I've designed a shoe to go with these 3 looks. At the moment the shoe design is the most challenging, especially the construction and the way I'm combining wood, metal and plexiglass in a heel that has to, of course, carry a body. The inspiration for these looks is a combination of various elements. On one hand I was looking to the past, looking towards archaeology, fossils, bone structures. In a way I'm kind of creating future memories. I hope that in the future technology and fashion will merge even more. A lot of my inspiration and interest goes to science and new developments. So I always want to learn new things or want to see new things, and that's maybe why I am so drawn to science and like to incorporate it in my work.
I'm Celine de Schepper. I'm 23 years old, and last year I graduated from Antwerp and Brussels, and ever since I've been living and working in Brussels. I like to take references that a lot of people can recognize.